Hello, my name's Sian Edmonds. I'm a lawyer at Burgess Salmon. My, I suppose, observation but question is about ownership of data. And I can, coming at it from a legal perspective, I think there are real challenges excuse me, in terms of not just the individual farmer's sort of raw data, but what happens with that data once they hand it over, how it's used, and the extent to which the farmer can retain rights in that data and what's produced from that data. I'm presuming that these challenges are being considered, but what are your thoughts on that, really?
Just very quickly, I think you're right, and I think it's one of the things that I said that as, for instance, as a data scientist and as the industry, we need to respect the farmer's ownership of their data. From my perspective, I don't think there's any point anyone else owning the data, because at the end of the day, the farmer's the one who makes the decisions on farm. So even if he took all of his data and someone else owned it, he's still making the decisions. So it goes hand in hand in terms of the decision making in my mind, that it's his data. I don't know whether you guys think it.
Just to add, wish we'd brought our lawyer along to kind of to answer the question. But we've spent a lot of time and a lot of effort around this area. You know, we've backbone of a good 20 odd years in data and everything else with a merged company. And I think where we come at it from, it's the farmer. So if he wants to permission his data for his vet to see it, or his nutritionist, he can do. If he wants to stop his vet seeing that data, he can do. And I think that's where we want to come at, in that, you know, Mr. Farmer or Mrs. Farmer or Miss Farmer, take control of your data. You know, it's probably one of the best crops out there at the moment. I know people probably mightn't think it, but in 5 years' time, you look back and go, crikey, my data has been the difference between profit or no profit. And I think for me, you know, coming at it from a farmer's son, and just a very quick, short story on technology. 4 years ago, I spoke to my dad about robots, cows being milked by robots in Ireland. I said, you know, it's going to be a massive opportunity for family farms. And my dad was like, no, it's not going to happen, forget it. And this Christmas, I'd just like to point out my dad is 74. This Christmas, my dad was selling robots to my next door neighbour, going, this is the way forward. So if a 74-year-old 4 years ago was like, no, and can embrace technology and change, and doesn't really understand how it works, but he knows it works, to me, that's massive. And I just probably would like to say, you know, go back home to the parishes over the next few days and try and get people more embraced in data. Don't look at it as a pain, you know, embrace it, because actually, if you can get your data flowing to the likes of Tom, who, you know, subscribes to Data Scientist Weekly, he's going to do a 10 times better job in forecasting your milk than anybody else will. So why wouldn't you permission your data and leave it flow so you can get the benefit back? So I would encourage people, you know, to get out there and get people, you know, capturing their data. And that's only the start, because once you've captured your data, you've then got to do something with it. And I think that's where everyone goes, oh, I've got a great data. I couldn't care less. You know, it's what you do with it. It's like having a 1,000 email list, but you never email anybody, you know. So, sorry, Nick, I got off my soapbox now.